GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
Today, champions are crowned in Fort Smith, Arkansas, as the 2025 Great American Conference Basketball Championships conclude here at Southside Arena in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Hi, everyone. Welcome into the show as Southeastern Oklahoma State and the Harding Bisons taking part in the championship of the 2025 Women's Basketball Championships for the Great American Conference. Hi, everyone. Luke McConnell, Joey McWilliams here courtside in our broadcast position. Welcome into the broadcast. We are delighted to have you with us. It's been a great 4 days here in Fort Smith, and today, Championship Sunday, should encapsulate the competitive spirit that we've seen all weekend long. First up here today, Southeastern Oklahoma State, the 4 seed. They are here because they knocked off number 1 seed Southern Nazarene yesterday. And Joey, they are not here without the exploits of their star sophomore guard, Kinsley Warden.
She has exploded onto the Great American Conference scene. I know that a lot of folks who are fans of Southeastern and followed what she's done this season, been a big part of this offense. She and Caitlin Kabisky have teamed up to put Southeastern in a position to be one of the higher seeds in the tournament this year. But Warden's exploits during her time in Fort Smith have just been fantastic. The way she's put points on the board, she has been a dominant force, leading the scoring for all players throughout the tournament.
23.16 boards in the quarters, 30 in the semifinals. As a team, though, Southeastern expended a lot of energy yesterday to defeat the Crimson Storm. They had a 14-point lead with 7.5 minutes left. Southern Nazarene got it down to 1 and had 3 cracks at a game-winning shot yesterday. Do they have enough energy in the tank is the question. I think we'll discover that pretty early on in this one.
Absolutely. Well, a hallmark of one of Darren Grover's teams is always the fact that he utilizes many players up and down the bench. And so you'd have to think with play like that over the course of an entire season that they're going to be ready for a 3-day weekend. And I would imagine there might be some teams who expended all the gas in 2 days and wouldn't be ready for a third. I can't see that from the Savage Storm.
We will find out shortly as the Savage Storm making their way out onto the court right now. Their opponent, the Harding Bisons, the number 2 seed in the tournament, coming in after an 18-4 regular season. Somebody to watch today. We talk a lot about the seniors, but sophomore guard Maddie Holt will be someone to watch today. 12 points in the semifinals along with 5 rebounds. She is a key contributor for this Harding Bison squad, and she will have to be big today in order for the Bisons to come out with a championship.
They moved the ball well, and you see Sage Hawley, one of those 3 seniors that you talked about just a moment ago, Luke, 22.5 points per game during her tournament run. She's been able to get some boards as well to be able to make something happen. It is a senior-led team, though, and with Sage Hawley, of course, Aubrey Isbell, as well as Rory Gear, they have represented Harding for so many years, but one of the things that has eluded this particular group is a tournament championship, and they would like for that particular side note to come to an end today.
The Bisons fell in the 2023 GAC championship game to Southern Nazarene. Were upset in last year's tournament, didn't make the final. Back in the final today, looking to win their first championship with this core group of players. And as successful as Harding been, it's hard to believe that the Bisons haven't just tripped and fallen into a championship, regular season or tournament variety. They even won an NCAA tournament game last year, getting the upset over Pitt State in the Central region in Bethany a year ago, but they have not hoisted a trophy that had Great American Conference champion written on it. They look to do that today against the 4-seed Southeastern Oklahoma State. The starting lineups and the opening tip are up next from Fort Smith. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the GAC Sports Network.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
It's your moment.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class.
We're anthemed up and we are ready to roll. Before we do so, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Sierra Clark.
Harding head coach Tim Kirby says Southeastern runs around like a bunch of ants. So Harding will hope to slow down that quick-paced offense while continuing their dominance in the paint and their intense rebounding skills, guys.
Tim Kirby's been around this for a while. Darren Grover been around for a while. Both coaches have been at their respective schools 20 plus years.
You know, Coach Kirby's been there. I mean, you want to throw in the time is on the sideline with Coach Morgan. His 12-plus years as assistant coach, he's put in more than 30 years of service patrolling the sideline on one side or another for Harding. It's amazing, and I think it's you know, it's good for both of these coaches to be able to be at this spot today for all the time they've sown into their respective programs.
Running through the entire rosters for each team as it is Championship Sunday. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the 4 seed Southeastern, Oklahoma State. Number 3, junior guard Stevie Stinchcomb, 5'5", out of McAllister, Oklahoma. Had 4 steals in yesterday's semifinal win over Southern Nazarene. Number 11, sophomore guard Kinsley Warden, 5'9", out of Tecumseh, Oklahoma. She's averaging 26.5 points through 2 games in this conference tournament and all GAC second team selection. Number 15, senior forward Caitlin Kabisky, 5'10", out of Keller, Texas, a unanimous first-team All-GAC selection this season. Is averaging 16 points per game through 2 games so far in the tournament. Number 23, junior guard Abby Barr, 5'7", out of Decatur, Texas, averaging 6 points per game. And rounding out the starters, number 30, senior forward Holly Lindley, 5'10", out of Hartshorne, Oklahoma, averaging 11 points per game through 2 contests. Southeastern, coached by Darren Grover, in his 23rd season as the head man for the Savage Storm. The Savage Storm looking for their 6th NCAA tournament berth. That does include the 2020 berth that they qualified for, but never had the opportunity to play in. So Southeastern's last NCAA tournament game came back in 2011. Let's meet the starters for the Harding Bisons. First up, number 10, a sophomore guard, Maddie Holt, 5'8", out of Bergman, Arkansas, averaging 7.5 points per game in the tournament so far. Number 20, senior guard, Rory Gear, 5'11", out of Grove, Oklahoma, averaging 11 points. She had a double-double in the quarterfinal win. She's an All-GAC first-team selection. Number 21, sophomore guard, Josie Williams, 5'7", out of Conway, Arkansas. Had 18 points in the quarterfinals, only had 7 yesterday in the semis. Number 24, senior forward Sage Hawley, 6'4", out of Memphis, Tennessee. A double-double yesterday of 28 points and 10 rebounds in the win over Northwestern. And rounding out the starters, number 32, senior guard Aubrey Isbell, 5'10", out of Mountain View, Arkansas. Had 14 points in the quarterfinals, just 1 point in the semifinals, but has dished out 12 assists through 2 games here in Fort Smith. Head coach of the Bisons is Tim Kirby in his 20th season as the head man for the Bisons. Our officials today, Montrell Simmons, Scott Klompus, and Charles Carroll. And we are underway in Fort Smith as Harding begins with the basketball, moving left to right in their home white uniforms. Southeastern in their road blues as Maddie Holt gets deep, missed the shot. Movement there by Abby Barr on defense, Southeastern. With Holly Lindley firing a deep 3 from the right wing. An early statement from the Savage Storm.
Well, she is not afraid to pull the trigger at any point in time. And she's one of those shooters that, okay, you missed 1 or 2, no problem. She's still a shooter. She's going to go back out there and keep firing.
And Isbell tied up at the elbow. And Southeastern wins possession, courtesy of the possession arrow. Joey talked about the energy extended yesterday to defeat the top seed Southern Nazarene. And what that took out of the Savage Storm. Good energy early here for Southeastern.
You would think so. Kabisky trying to get a little bit of space there, clearing off Sage Hawley with that left arm, getting a shot up with her right. Doesn't work to her favor this time.
She did that a couple times against Hannah Giddy yesterday. Interesting tactic for sure that one the officials have let go.
Yes. Well, I mean, Luke, you have to read the room. You've got to know the room. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, stop early.
Holly to the basket. Good, and the foul as Holly Lindley tried to step over and take the charge.
And honestly, turnabout's fair play there, because I don't know if you saw Holly using that left arm as well to clear out Kabisky.
Lindley stepped over late, standing right under the basket, and tagged with the foul as Holly hits the free throw. We're knotted up at 3 apiece. Gear with the early defensive assignment on Kinsley Warden. Here's Barr to the basket, and with the left hand wraps around Josie Williams for 2.
Definitely got the better of Williams on defense. Williams leads this offense well. She'll take it, survey her offensive look, and passes the ball very strongly.
Lob inside to Holly. Found herself deep underneath, took a step out, and put it in. Tied again at 5.
I don't know if you give Isbell the credit for the assist on that, because the move that Holly was making on the inside. Isbell leading the GAC tournament, 12 assists on the weekend.
Here's Warden sneaking behind the defense. Her first bucket of the game.
I was going to ask you a question. Has there been anyone who has been more on fire during this tournament? I know the answer already. Kinsley Warden has definitely made a statement and really, again, exploding onto the GAC scene here in this tournament stage.
Isbell left open and knocks down the three, and a big smile from Tim Kirby on the sideline. That's a rarity in game. Isbell having a rough year from the three-point line as Gear picks up the foul, dealing with Warden. Isbell just 20% from three-point range this season.
Well, she stepped up. Warden gave her enough room, and it's kind of one of those situations where you feel like you have to take advantage of an opening like that.
Here's Kabisky wide open straight away for three. That's no good. Warden up high for the offensive rebound. Fresh 20 for the Savage Storm. Kabisky will fire another three and rips the cords from right of center.
Given a lot of room on that three-point line, both these teams, and their defense backing off, giving some space. And in the early going, they're both taking some long-range shots.
10-8 Southeastern, high scoring game thus far as Holly left that one short. A little bit wider of the basket than maybe she thought she was. Lindley drives on Isbell, spins into the paint, too strong with the shot. Here comes the sophomore Williams. Down low looking for Holly on the roll, and pass over the wrong shoulder there. And Karam's out of bounds.
But it was well-designed play. You see something that clearly they've worked on for a while, the screen, the roll, and the pass came a little bit too quickly for Holly to be able to corral.
Kabisky across the paint with the left hand this time, puts it in for two. Southeastern off to a 5 of 8 start from the field. They lead by 4. The Bisons 3 of 5 from the field, but with a pair of turnovers.
Kabisky working Sage Holly. And a nice pass down low, getting into Gear, and Gear can post up as well.
That high-low action that Harding runs so effectively. Holly with a nice lob in to Gear. Here's Kabisky, partially blocked by Holly, and that one goes out of bounds off Lindley as she crashed the offensive glass. Fun first 4.5 minutes here, Joey. Both teams kind of feeling each other out, but a lot of success offensively for both squads.
Definitely, and you like that they're taking some chances early on, but they're taking advantage of the opportunities that they're being given. And you have to feel out that defense and say, okay, if you're going to give me this much space, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the basket.
Holly, one dribble, rises up over Kabisky, missed the shot. Warden clears the glass.
Now, we talked about Warden and what she's been doing scoring-wise, but what an effort she had on Friday against Southwestern. 23 points and 16 rebounds to boot. That's quite a double-double.
Warden misses the short mid-range jumper. So the Nazarene would have liked that to have gone out a little bit more often yesterday. Gear misses, got her own miss, and she is fouled on the floor. That will take us to our first timeout. 4:45 to go first quarter. Southeastern leads Harding 12-10 here in the opening moments of the GAC championship game.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At
at Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
Tim Kirby and the Harding Bisons trailing by 2 here in the early going. But a fun first 5 minutes for the great crowd on hand in Fort Smith. That last foul is on Stevie Stinchcomb. Her first, team's second. Here's Gear outside. Working around to Isbell. And Williams moves back up top with 8 on the shot clock. Gear working hard, calling for it. Gets it, spins to the right hand, and puts it in off the glass for 2 more. She's got 4. We're tied back up at 12.
You know, lots of times you look out there in the court and you see Holly posting up, as has been the case for so long. But again, Gear can post up, and she has some great moves, spin moves, finds a way to get the ball to the hole.
A 3-pointer short from Lindley. Holt travels on the shot fake. That'll be the 3rd turnover for the Bisons. Let's check in on the Bisons with Sierra Clark.
Yeah, Harding has been playing really relaxed right now. Head coach Tim Kirby was saying that his team has just figured out how to have fun again. And Josie Williams also said that our goal is just to have fun in this game and love each other and show everyone the hard work we've put in throughout the season, guys.
There's a switch as Kabisky traveled on the pivot with Kabisky and Darren Grover disagreeing with that. Head shake there from Kabisky. Looked like a nice move, and just dragged the pivot foot as she feinted back to the right. Here's Williams, transition 3, missed it from the wing. Gear, the offensive rebound. Pivoting, she's finally fouled.
Let's see who picks this one up. They're going to give this to Stinchcomb now, so she has 2.
That'll bring redshirt freshman Connie Hughes off the bench. Hughes, 4 points, 5 rebounds in the quarterfinal win over Southwestern. Didn't score, played 4 minutes yesterday against Southern Nazarene. It's been a valuable piece here in Fort Smith. Here's Holly, 1 dribble, turns, fades, missed it. This time Rory Gear is going to get tagged with the foul. And that's going to be her 2nd personal foul.
Yeah, you're right. The guard play from Southeastern has been exceptional during the time here in Fort Smith. Both guards coming in, giving a lot of good effort, managing the court well. Of course, we've talked a lot about Warden and Kabisky, but the guards have been able to take care of business and run the court.
There's Kabisky, left the left-hander short. So 2 fouls on a starter each way. Stinchcomb for Southeastern and Gear for Harding. Jaden Thomas, redshirt freshman out of Conway, is in, and Aubrey Isbell with the deuce for the Bisons. She's got 5. And Harding back on top, 14-12. Here's Kabisky, quick trigger on the 3. That's short. Loose ball on the deck. And Warden is tied up. It'll be Harding basketball on the possession arrow. Joey Kabisky's come out firing already. 7 shot attempts for Kabisky here in the first quarter.
Not as successful as she would like to have been. You throw in that traveling violation as well. She's been called for a travel in each of the games, a couple in that first game on Friday as well, so they've been watching her closely.
Williams off the bounce from the foul circle, missed it. Warden up high for the rebound, her 3rd. Ashton Hackler is in right now for the Savage Storm. There's Lindley holding. Looking down low for Hackler. Pass was a little wide of her. The Bisons come away with second turnover of the game for Southeastern. There's Holly at the free throw line. Isbell wants it, left of the paint. Sizing up Lindley, spins into the middle, missed it. She was fouled. And that's going to be number 2 on Holly Lindley now.
Number 30, Holly Lindley, her second personal foul. At the line for 2 shots, number 32, Aubrey Isbell.
So 2 starters down for Southeastern right now. Lindley and Stinchcomb, both on the bench with 2 personal fouls with 1:44 to go in the quarter.
Luke, you have to love this. This is something I love what they're doing here. Watch high post is Sage Holly right there. Now she's being worked over really well with Kabisky. Stop it. You look right there. High post, pass inside. That is a pass and go through. That is one of the most basic plays that you learn in basketball from a young kid, and they're executing it right here on the Division II college stage.
Isbell goes 2 for 2. And Kabisky is fouled by Jaden Thomas. Her first, 3rd team foul on the Bisons. 1:32 to go first quarter. Thomas played 20 minutes yesterday in the semifinals as Isbell and Gear both dealt with foul trouble in that one. Here's Warden, stops, elevates, missed it short. And then takes the rebound away from Holly, but it goes out of bounds off Warden last. Brianna Wiedelman off the bench for Southeastern. She'll give Kabisky a break as we wind down to the end of the first quarter. Wiedelman, a senior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Averages 2 points per game. Has not scored yet in limited action here in Fort Smith. Here's Williams, pulls up from the right elbow. And Josie Williams on the score sheet for the first time today. Harding has opened up a 10-0 run and leads by 6.
Yeah. Southeastern got off to a healthy lead over Southern Nazarene yesterday. Got points on the board early on against Southwestern, and right now stymied for a little bit. The scoring drive of about 5 minutes for the Savage Storm.
Foul on Jada Thomas, now her second foul. So a quartet of players with 2 fouls, 4 fouls each way. 59 seconds to go in the period. Checking the clock here as it didn't stop on the whistle. Montrell Simmons over there with our 4th official, Caitlin Hall. And we'll step aside for a short break while they get this all sorted out. Harding in the midst of a 10-0 run. They lead by 6 here in the GAC Women's Basketball Championship.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go, go!
SWASU, the focus is you.
We're all adjusted here on the clock after we adjusted our clocks overnight. 103 on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock here for Southeastern. Abby Barr back out there right now for Southeastern as well. Here's Warden, skips it over to Barr in the corner. Wiedelman, open 3 from the corner, that's short. And Thomas up high for the rebound for Harding.
I think Southeastern would like to get through this quarter and get on to the next one. See if they can bring some momentum back in.
Really hot start for the Savage Storm, but they've gone cold over their last 7. Here's Holly up high, off the glass, 2 more for the Bisons. Saw this yesterday with the Bisons. Back and forth early, and then took control against Northwestern with a big run. Here's Warden fading and hitting.
Crept over the front of the rim.
10 seconds to go for Williams. She barks out the signals. Is to Holly at the high post. Down low, Isbell. And a blocking foul is called on Kinsley Warden. The blue and gold faithful incensed over the call. It's Warden's first and the 5th team foul, so that sends Isbell to the line for 2 free throws.
And the fat head behind Coach Darren Grover looks almost exactly with the same expressions like what Grover's doing in real time.
And looking at that, that's the right call there, Joey. Isbell pivoting around Warden, and there wasn't much contact there, really. Isbell knocks down both free throws. The 2.5 left. And Southeastern doesn't get a shot away, and the Bisons close the quarter on a 14-2 run to take an 8-point lead into the second quarter here in Fort Smith. We'll be back with the start of the second period after this timeout.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University, has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Southeastern looking for some answers offensively after going 6 for 16 in the opening quarter. Just one of their last 8 as they trail Harding 22-14. The Bisons 53% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 15. Couple big moments with 4 players with 2 fouls apiece, 2 for each team. Stinchcomb and Lindley for Southeastern, and Thomas and Gear for Harding. We start the second period how we ended it with the lineups on the court. Here's Warden, turns, missed that one off the iron. Warden now 2 for 5 from the field.
And it was a pretty big rim for Warden through the first 2 games, and you wonder here if in this championship it may have tightened up just a little bit.
Strong take from Maddie Holt. Not just the Arkansas high school record holder for 3-pointers made. She took that one into a double team and bounced it off the glass. Here's Wiedelman, long way from the basket, down low to Hughes. Dribbles it back out, sets up Wiedelman from the wing for 3, too strong. And Wiedelman being out there is pulling Sage Holly away from the basket. But Southeastern not able to take advantage inside. Bisons lead by 10, a minute gone by second quarter.
You know, Luke, you talk about what Holt means and the record she has on the high school level. And that's a big deal for Harding, too. I mean, Harding has a tendency to recruit locally. You look at the men's roster, so many of those names hailing from an Arkansas home, an Arkansas high school. I think it's a big deal for Coach Kirby also to be able to recognize, hey, this is a Division II program, but we play some pretty good ball here. Why don't you come on over and play for us?
Wiedelman trying another 3 from straight away, and that one toilet bowls out. She's come out firing here, Joey.
Yes.
Now 0 for 3 from deep. Kabisky and Aaron Dolan at the scores table, set to check in next. Dead ball for Southeastern. The lob over the top, too far for Holly. Wiedelman checks out.
she definitely made the most of her time in there. Fired away. A pretty good job on defense as she drew the Sage Holly assignment.
Connie Hughes and Ashton Hackler also check out. Lindley and Kabisky back out there. And Aaron Dolan, the sophomore out of South Coffeyville, Oklahoma. Averages just a point a game, scored 2 yesterday. And when you win by 1, every bucket matters.
That's exactly right.
Kabisky off again from 3, now 1 for 4 and 2 for 8 from the field overall. Isbell out to Thomas. Holly directing Thomas where she wants it. She's got it at the left elbow now. 8 on the shot clock. Holly spins to the baseline, elevates, missed it. Isbell the offensive rebound and threw it over the backboard. I think Isbell thought somebody touched it or fouled her, but just threw that right over the basket. Bison still lead by 10, 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The Savage Storm needing points. Here's Barr driving baseline, a foul. It's called on Josie Williams. Her first, team's first. And Gear back off the bench for Harding. And Isbell will check out.
I was wondering how long she was going to sit there, especially with a couple of starters coming back in for Southeastern. Coach Kirby's win yesterday, by the way, win number 400 for him in his tenure at Harding.
Warden short again on the little mid-range pull-up.
The Savage Storm just looked tight offensively since the 12 points to get started. They've had only 2 points since then, and it just feels a little tight the way they're shooting the ball. But Coach Grover's talked about that as well.
Dolan over pursued. Williams couldn't hit the pull-up jumper.
And he mentioned in the press conference yesterday, too, he said throughout the course of the season, we will generally play 3 good quarters, and then there's a quarter where we're just not that good.
And Kabisky gets around Holly, and that one finally drops for Caitlin Kabisky. And now it's the Bisons who haven't scored in over 3 minutes of action. They still lead by 8, 24-16. Gears pass deflected by Barr, and then a foul on Holly in the backcourt. It's going to be her first.
And she doesn't have any kind of foul trouble to speak of, as you mentioned right now. That's her first. It's just a silly way to reach in there. Play's already gone by, and just it's a point of frustration. It was a minor offense, if you will.
Warden sits down for the first time today. Stinchcomb back in with those 2 personal fouls. There's Kabisky, drives right past Holly. Left-hand layup, good. The speed of Caitlin Kabisky.
You know what a foul does, though, Luke? It gets in your head right off the bat, and Holly was tentative to go toward the basket near Kabisky and gave her a free trip.
Thomas, left wing 3, missed it off the back iron. Long rebound comes out to Rory Gear. Great hustle there by Gear. Thought we were about to have somebody
join us
coming over the table there. Holly turns, fades, hits.
That was a nice look.
Holly now with 9. Kabisky quickly back the other way, too strong. Holt has it knocked away. It's because she was fouled. That's on Stinchcomb, and that's her third.
Well, it won't take long for Hughes to make another appearance in this game, or someone. We'll go back to Dolan.
And Dolan's going to stay out there. Stinchcomb sits down. Warden is back out there as well for Southeastern. 26-18 Harding, 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Savage Storm dealing with some foul trouble here. Williams doubled. It goes off of Warden's foot last. And that takes us to our under 5 timeout. Offense becoming hard to come by here in the second quarter, but the Bison still lead by 8 here on the GAC Sports Network.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Seen lots of young fans taking in some really good basketball here at Southside Arena this weekend. Let's go over to Sierra Clark. She's got an update.
Yeah, Southeastern head coach Darren Grover was saying before the game that with his team, the highs are high and the lows are low. He doesn't want his team riding with the roller coaster of emotions that comes with the game of basketball. And so with them being down like this, they could definitely take that advice for sure.
You know, they did start out on quite a little run and have hit the valley since then. Emotionally, you have to keep things in control.
Foul whistled on Caitlin Kabisky there. Didn't see much there, Joey. It looked like she just had her arm out and pass deflected off her arm.
No, I didn't see much either. It's for Southeastern, by the way, this is the first trip back to the finals since 2021. Have 9 GAC tournament wins to their credit. For Harding, this is the 7th trip to the final. Haven't won a championship since 2017. And now tied with Southwestern Oklahoma for the most GAC tournament victories. Now that number stands at 21. They'd like to make it 22 today and take home another title.
Gear fouled by Lindley, and that's number 3 on Holly Lindley.
So she and Stinchcomb both with 3 fouls here in the first half.
See, not much, but brought the arm down just ever so slightly. So Rory Gear at the line. 2 free throws, knocks down the first. Gear's a 74% free throw shooter this season. The Bison's now 6 for 6 at the free throw line. Savage Storm, the 3rd best free throw shooting team in the nation yet to take a trip to the free throw line.
Well, it makes a difference on the scoreboard, certainly.
Bar drive and kick, Kabisky, wide open 3, swish from Caitlin Kabisky.
She was due. Now the Savage Storm trail Harding by a touchdown.
Holly holding at the foul circle. Isbell wanting it, but only inches away from Holly there. A reset back out top. Now 5 on the shot clock for Josie Williams. Williams in trouble, gives to Isbell. And she cannot get a shot away in time, and that's a shot clock violation.
Well, that's a fantastic defensive stand for Southeastern. But for the number 4 seed in this tournament, you have to follow it up with points.
Savage Storm down 36%. Here's Kabisky, got deep and traveled as she tried to draw a foul, stepping through on Gear. Kabisky got whopped in the face a little bit as well for her trouble. Here's Isbell, speeds around everybody, missed the left-handed layup.
It was a great move, and credit to Gear with the big screen up the top of the key.
And Dolan the other way as Holt effectively screened Isbell. And Dolan able to take advantage. Here's Isbell, tries it again. And then that pass thrown away. Hackler with the steal. Hackler in trouble. She's fouled as she pivoted trying to find some help, and that's number 2 on Josie Williams with 2:43 to go in the quarter. And Williams will sit down. Ella Grace Thompson, the sophomore out of Nashville, back in. Quick inbounds pass. Kabisky missed it. Holly nearly tipped it in. Here come the Bisons. 5-point game, 28-23. 2:30 to go. He's getting a little sloppy here both ways.
They are, and I think you go to the half right now, both these coaches have to be thinking about missed opportunities.
Here's Holt spinning, grabbed by Hackler. It'll be her first. 4th team foul on Southeastern. Holly working on the baseline, fades on Kabisky, in and out from Sage Holly. Barr to Kabisky. She'll try another deep one. She'll hit another deep one.
Well, that's due in part to the space that Holly's giving her at the three-point line. And I think at this point in time, you have to look and say, Kabisky, she's a post player, but she's not afraid at all to pull the trigger from outside.
Conference's best three-point shooter by percentage in the regular season, just a tick under 45%. Here's Isbell. That one is an offensive foul as Warden was decked by Isbell, turning into her first on Isbell as the 5th team foul. The first one, maybe a little bit more. They flop by Warden. That one decidedly not. Here's Kabisky, steps through on Gear, left the layup short as it slipped off her hand going up. The margin remains 2 in favor of the Bisons. The Bisons now pushing 3 minutes without a point.
Someone's going to be open in a white jersey. Now the defense has gotten back.
Holly turns, keeps it high, misses the shot. Warden up high for the rebound. Southeastern can tie with a minute left with a bucket or take the lead with a 3. Barr picks up her dribble, sends it back up top. They swing it around to Dolan on the wing. Kabisky, Isbell shot the passing lane, got there first, and saves it to Thompson, and Thompson and Barr.
Did not.
Huge collision. And Abby Barr is down on the sideline by the bench.
You watch this. Isbell is out of bounds right there with the ball before she throws it back in. That play should never have gotten to that point.
He saves it to Thompson and Barr. Huge collision here. And Barr is helped to her feet. Seems to be all right. Thankfully, Thompson also seems to be all right.
I know that's not one that you necessarily have to look at the film over and again, but Coach Grover has a definite point to be frustrated because Isbell was clearly out of bounds when she tried to throw the ball back in. And it was just momentum. She was just sliding out. They were both working for it.
And so the foul is called on Abby Barr. And so Ella Grace Thompson will be shooting 2 free throws.
She'll step up the line now. get a chance to resettle and see if she can put 2 on the board and stop the scoring drought for the Bisons.
Thompson knocks down the first. She was 1 of 4 at the free throw line before stepping up here. She goes 2 for 2. The Bisons lead by 4 with 44 seconds left. Now a foul down low is called on Sage Hawley, and that's her second personal foul. And so Hackler will go to the line for 2 free throws.
I don't think halftime can come quickly enough for either one of these teams right
now.
At the line, shooting 2 shots, number 13, Ashton Hackler.
But in a championship game, you'd expect the intensity to be high, and we have gotten that as Hackler misses the first free throw. Hackler 78% the free throw line, wearing that mask. Broke her nose in practice a couple weeks ago, missed 3 games as a result. She slices the deficit to 3 with that free throw, 30-27. 30 seconds to go in the period. As Ella Grace Thompson off the dribble to the basket with the left hand. The Harding bench loving it over there.
Big time play off the bench.
10 seconds left. The Bisons go zone here, 2-3 zone as Dolan penetrates, kicks it out. Warden, her 3, too strong, gets it back, drives, hangs, in and out at the buzzer. And at the half, the Harding Bisons lead by 5, 32-27. A physical, tough, back and forth affair that Harding controlled for the most part after Southeastern got out to an early lead, looking good offensively, and then Harding held the Savage Storm scoreless for several minutes spanning the first and second quarters. Southeastern chipped back away and now trails by 5. Sierra is with Harding coach Tim Kirby.
Coach Kirby, your team was up by 10 at one point, but Southeastern has been able to chip away at that lead. How do you keep the Savage Storm off of you guys in the second half?
Well, we got to get to the shooters. I mean, obviously 15 and 11 can really shoot the ball. They can really score. I think we just gave them a little bit too much space on some help a couple of times. And, 15's, she's not picking and rolling. She's picking and popping, and you got to get to her. So I think that was the biggest part of that, because I think she hit 2 in that stretch. And then transition defense, we went to sleep a couple of times. We can't let that happen.
And 3 turnovers in the last 5 minutes. How do you clean things up?
Yeah, we were just a little bit sloppy. I think it was all the same stuff. Maybe a little bit winded, maybe a little bit tired, and we dribbled too many dribbles and got ourselves in trouble. And they're good. They do a good job of helping and squeezing in on drives. So we got to be able to protect the ball better.
All right, thank you so much. All right, back to you guys.
Coach Tim Kirby, 20 minutes away from the first GAC Tournament Championship in quite some time for his Harding program. 30-27, Harding over Southeastern Oklahoma State at the half. We'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll go over first half stats and get you ready for the second half of action here in Fort Smith as the Bisons lead the Savage Storm.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU,
You write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now. Because our focus is on your success.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
It's your moment.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
I am inspired to lead.
I'm inspired to research. I'm inspired to care for others. I'm inspired to shape the future. I'm inspired to tell compelling stories.
I'm inspired to innovate.
I'm inspired to create.
I'm inspired to serve.
I'm inspired to be a champion.
I'm inspired to change the world.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class sizes, so you're seen and heard. It means graduating debt-free, like over half of our students. It means getting help when you need it through financial aid and scholarships, like more than 80% of our students. To be a Ranger, you're rowdy with excitement. To be a Ranger, you care about your education. To be a Ranger, you saddle up to a challenge and ride to success. Rowdy lives here. Rangers live here. Northwestern. Success lives here.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
Sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore at Southeastern, and we help make this video.
At Southern Arkansas University.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
Sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore at Southeastern, and we help make this video.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Welcome back to halftime here at Southside Arena, the GAC Women's Championship game. Harding leads Southeastern Oklahoma State 32-27. The Bison's 44% from the field and a perfect 9 for 9 at the free throw line, with the number that's going to bug Coach Tim Kirby, that 9 turnovers in the first half, but just 4 points off those turnovers for Southeastern. Savage Storm 35% from the field, 4 of 13 from three-point range, and just 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Both teams 14 points in the paint. It's been pretty even thus far, thanks to Caitlin Kabisky. 15 first half points 3 of 7 from three-point range, 6 of 15 overall. Joey, she came out firing early.
She absolutely did, and again, we talked about it. She took care of and took advantage of opportunities that were there for her. She wakes her way around Holly, you see right there, but those 7 attempts behind the arc, that's because she was open to shoot them. Scouting report on her should say that she's not afraid to pull the trigger there, but she's been given that option. And, you know, something Coach Kirby said at the break to Sierra, said 15 and 11 are getting some chances, and we need to slow that down.
23 of Southeastern's 31 shot attempts coming from Kabisky and Warden in the first half. On the other side, the Bisons, led by Sage Holly and Aubrey Isbell, 9 points apiece. Holly with 7 rebounds in that first half, but picked up 2 personal fouls, had to sit late. But Isbell, see, draining the 3, given space. It's been a rough year for her from deep, but knocking that 3 down, certainly giving some confidence as she slashes in for the bucket there. Holly's been her usual self, elevating over everyone, putting it in the basket. She's just 4 for 10 from the field, though, so needing to clean up some efficiency there. The Bison's 25 field goal attempts in the first half, 6 less than Southeastern thanks to those 9 first half turnovers. And Joey, Southeastern came out strong. It was a back and forth affair in the first several minutes, but then Harding kind of took control. Southeastern went into a drought, but nice work by the Savage Storm to get back into it late in the first half.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, missed opportunities from both these two teams, and Coach Grover has to be looking at some of those shots that were taken and just fall by the wayside. 11 for 32, the shooting for Southeastern in the first half. And I get it, it's part of playing in the championship game. You mentioned the intensity. We've definitely seen it on the court. The rim that's been so big, they've shrunk just a little bit. So second half, Storm need to come out and try something a little bit different. Meanwhile, if you're Harding, you have to like the way that they play. Don't like the 9 turnovers, as you mentioned, from Coach Kirby, sorry. It's not going to like that. But the way that they've moved around on offense, that has been as impressive as anything for Harding. Shots haven't all fallen, but the offensive aggressiveness and the ball movement has been fantastic. They've been able to find the open person so many times. Coach Kirby.
Just think of the Pokemon character, Kirby.
Yeah.
Could you think of 2 different things than Coach Tim Kirby and the Pokemon Kirby?
Well, now maybe not.
It's my go-to on Smash Brothers, by the way. Original starting 5 back out there for both schools. Holt nearly lost it into the bench. Really would have upset Coach Kirby there. Holly down low, got deep on Kabisky, and a quick 2 for the Harding post right off the bat. Both Stevie Stinchcomb and Holly Lindley out there with 3 personal fouls apiece for Southeastern as Kabisky responds. Holly, Williams, and Gear out there with 2 fouls each for Harding. Jaden Thomas on the bench for Harding also has 2 fouls so far. Here's Williams, drives baseline, cut off by Lindley and Stinchcomb, and a tie-up is forced by Lindley. And the possession arrow gives it back to the Savage Storm, so that officially turnover number 10 for the Bisons.
Coming off that trap right there, and credit to Stinchcomb, good defense. Playing with those 3 fouls, so she has to watch that, and she backed away. Didn't give up the baseline, though, and that's where Holly Lindley was able to come in.
Kabisky got matched up on Isbell and took her right into the paint and spun home another layup to slice the lead to 3. Holt run off the line by Barr.
Holt should have gone ahead and taken that one into the basket. She had that open look. She decided to spin, and there was no one in front of her.
Isbell to Holly, 5 on the clock. Fades away from the basket, missed the shot. Gear tried to save it, and it goes out of bounds off of Rory Gear.
Look at that running jumper, the floater in the lane by Kabisky. She gets there the harder way that time.
Stinchcomb Gives it up to Lindley. Wide open straight away for three. Left it short. And then Isbell is fouled by Warden in the backcourt. That's number 2 on Kinsley Warden. First foul on the Savage Storm here in the second half.
Those long shots so often result in long rebounds.
Unfortunate for Lindley too, is probably won't get a better space to shoot the ball. Isbell again knocks Warden to the ground. That's the 3rd time that's happened today, and the 2nd time Isbell has been called for an offensive foul. It's the 2nd on Isbell.
It's getting pretty intense.
Yeah, haven't noticed Warden doing anything that would be particularly irritating to Isbell. Isbell putting a strong shoulder as Kabisky missed that left-handed layup. Back the other way comes Williams. Here's Holt, gets around Barr. Too strong with the layup attempt though.
Back-to-back opportunities either end of the court. You get all the way to the basket and can't convert on the layup. And that one clearly traveling as Kabisky got ahead of herself there. I think she saw a path to the basket and just couldn't stop herself. We'll see what happens the other way.
You know, it's fun. It's interesting to watch Kabisky, parents in the stands, her dad a former player, and lots of advice from her, and she hears it and she will acknowledge it. And as Lindley bumps Isbell to the floor, and that's number 4 on Holly Lindley. That's going to bring Ashton Hackler off the bench for Southeastern. And just interesting to watch Kabisky. She hears that. She's not necessarily tuning that out from Dad. She acknowledges it. Williams lobs it up top to Hawley. Williams can't get it to Gear, so Gear pops out to receive it with 8 on the shot clock now. Gear pulls up from the right elbow, short. Hackler ricochets between the 2 of them. It goes out of bounds off Hackler last. That ball pinballed between them as Hackler had knocked it off Gear, bounced off Gear, back off Hackler. I think it might have gone another 2 times between them before Hackler came down out of bounds, and it finally hit her last. And then that pass intercepted by Hackler.
Well, Williams just pulled the string on it too quickly. She saw something and changed her mind with the pass.
Warden gets around Isbell, left the shot short though, and Gear collects the rebound. Warden struggling today, just 2 of 9 from the field after a sensational first 2 days. Here's Holt, puts it on the deck, spins into the paint and puts it in for 2. Second time we've seen Maddie Holt put the ball on the floor and take it to the basket.
Well done.
We spotlighted her for a reason, Joey. As Kabisky again left it short. Came away looking for some contact and a whistle.
And that's with either hand. She's gone to the basket.
Hackler goes down, and Williams misses the wide open elbow jumper. Back and forth action with little to show for it these last few trips for both schools. Kabisky across the paint. Her pass tipped and intercepted by Holt.
I've heard a couple of times that Kabisky's been called for the travel. I think it's been a little questionable. I think she actually got away with one there.
Isbell, entry pass to Holly. One dribble, goes to the right-hand hook, left it short. Barr collects the rebound. Stinchcomb quickly into the front court. Leaves it back for Barr. Barr bumped on the drive by Williams, and that's number 3 on Josie Williams with 5:10 to go third quarter. And Joey, with some of the fouls piling up on these starters for both teams, might be a battle of attrition here this afternoon.
Absolutely, and I think you can see even with both these squads, they both look a little gassed.
Stinchcomb from the left corner for three. Harding left her alone in front of her own bench. And Stinchcomb, not a tremendous three-point shooter, knocks down a big one there to draw the Savage Storm within two. Here's Holt again on the drive, and the foul is called on Hackler. She was slow to rotate over.
Tried to get there in time, just couldn't make it quickly enough.
And that's going to take us to a timeout on the court. Physical afternoon here in Fort Smith. We'll be back after this timeout.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Sage Hall and the Harding Bisons in a battle here this afternoon. 4:45 to go, third quarter, 36-34. Harding over Southeastern Oklahoma State. It has been a tense, physical contest between two really good teams this afternoon.
These two teams split during the regular season. Southeastern getting a win early on. Harding getting a win late in the season. Part of a three-game losing streak for Southeastern, which they closed out the regular season.
Holt goes 1 for 2. The lead is 3. Barr, a couple jab steps. Williams remains out there with 3 personal fouls. Here's Barr, driving dish. Hackler, corner 3. That's good! They're going to look at that one next dead ball. But for now, it's a three-pointer, and we're tied at 37. Here's Williams to the basket, high off the glass. And the sophomore puts it in for 2. Just her second field goal of the game. Here's Kabisky, steps around gear, missed the shot. Battle for the loose ball. Williams gets the timeout to save the possession for Harding. Let's check in with Sierra Clark.
Yeah, Southeastern head coach Darren Grover was telling Caitlin Kabisky, just keep taking your shots. He's been pleased with how she's been playing in this game, but he also said to the rest of his team, we can't just stay in here. We've got to do what we normally do. We got to do what we stick to doing. And also he put a huge emphasis on doing those rebounds as well.
Thank you very much, Sierra. Sierra's a great member of our crew this weekend, doing an awesome job bouncing between both huddles through every game, keeping a lot of stuff straight, giving us great information from the sidelines. The officials at the monitor checking out whether that Hackler corner 3 was in fact a three-pointer. The three-point lines here at Southside Arena just a little bit darker than the court on which they're painted, so it's been a little bit tough to tell at times on some of those.
We were talking a little bit earlier about what this means. Of course, the win here would be an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Both of these teams familiar with the NCAA tournament, and Neither one having won a national championship in women's basketball, part of the Division II stretch. Both have made at least one deep run. Harding made it to the Final Four back in 2017. A nice run for the Lady Bisons under Coach Tim Kirby. And just before Coach Darren Grover got to Southeastern, the then Savages made a trip to the national championship game. And that was their run ended in that championship game. National runners-up. That was back in 2002, just before the Coach Grover era. Coach Nick Keith at Southeastern at the time.
There's Kabisky spinning in. Somehow it does not drop. Kabisky now 8 of 21. Here's Holly, one dribble, pulls up at the foul line, too strong. Kabisky has the rebound for Southeastern. 41-37, Harding. Kabisky trailing the play, straight away for three, short.
Well, Sierra had mentioned Coach Grover wants her to keep firing from out there, and she did her part.
Williams top the key, Holly. Gear wants it, doesn't get it. Stinchcomb reaching in, takes it away from Holly.
Stinchcomb playing with those 3 personal fouls. Aggressive, though.
Left-hander from Kabisky, that one's short.
Kabisky 23 shot attempts. Warden 9 shot attempts. The rest of the team 9 shot attempts for Southeastern.
Isbell gets matched onto Barr, lobs it into Holly. Fading, missing. And they foul on Rory Gear. That's going to be number 3 on Gear. Holly's going to check out for a breather. And Jaden Thomas in for the Bisons with 1:57 to go in the quarter.
Holly's played the bulk of this time, but Holt actually has spent more time on the court than any of the 3 seniors.
Hasn't come out yet. Here's Barr to the basket. Too strong with the layup. Everybody missing in tight now.
Yeah.
Southeastern down to 34% shooting. Williams back to Isbell, wide open left wing 3. She rips the cords, and Harding up by 7.
Absolutely, and the window was wide open. You're exactly right. No one anywhere near her definitely took advantage of it. That's just target practice at that point.
Barr backing down on Williams, spins. Left-hand shot no good. Oh, deflected strangely off Isbell, but Gear picks up the loose ball. 1 minute to go, third quarter. Harding leading 44-37. Southeastern 2 of their last 10. And at least 5 or 6 of those within 2 feet. Gear pulls up from the elbow, that's short. Kabisky with the rebound. A 7-second difference game to shot clock for Stinchcomb and the Southeastern Savage Storm. Kabisky wants it. They swing it back up top to Barr. Here's Warden, traveled.
And again, a Savage Storm team that is needing to make it to the end of a period. Harding with one more opportunity and a big, big chance to extend the lead heading into the final quarter.
5 seconds as Gear holds up to Williams. Back to Gear. She'll try a 3, right of center, in and out. And that's how the third quarter ends. 44-37. The Bisons are 10 minutes away from a championship. Southeastern trying to rally. And Aubrey Isbell draining the 3 to extend the Bisons' lead in Fort Smith.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Encouragement from all forms for the Harding Bisons. That young fan missing a good game on the court there, kid. That's right.
She's probably watching the live stream. She's listening to you, Luke.
I didn't see any headphones.
Best commentary. Oh, they've got.
She's doing it without headphones.
Yeah.
I feel bad for everybody around her. Bisons begin the quarter with the basketball, leading by 7. Sage Holly remains on the bench to start the fourth quarter. A breather for the stretch run. Isbell with 10 up top to Holt. Working and is tied up by Warden, and that's turnover number 14 for Harding today. Savage Storm with just 7. Southeastern really unable to take advantage of them so far.
That's the thing. Seven turnover differential, but it's a 7-point differential on the board right now. Missed opportunities for the Storm.
Barr working left wing, up top to Kabisky. Drives on Isbell, scoop shot, crawls in, and she was fouled by Isbell, who went straight to official Charles Carroll to plead her case to no avail. Isbell guarding Kabisky because Sage Holly is on the bench, and for more on Holly, let's go over to Sugiera Clark.
Yeah, right before the start of the fourth quarter, Sage Holly was telling her teammates, hey, we got 10 minutes. We've got to get every rebound and have good defense. And she's on the bench right now. She was getting a little bit more fluid, looked a little bit shaken up of standing near the trash can. So she's definitely been trying to catch her breath and drink some water because they will definitely be needing her in this game.
Here's Holt, open wing 3. Missed it. Barr tips the rebound ahead to Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb 1-on-2. She'll circle back up top. Leaves it for Warden.
The Storm defense giving Harding opportunities outside the arc. Another Lady Bison with an open look from 3.
Kabisky is called for the offensive foul. As she pivoted around
get a chance to
here.
Right here.
Oh, and they did tag her with the left arm sweep there that time. So we can for sure say that has been whistled inconsistently today, because she has done that more than one occasion. And Montrell Simmons saying not this time. Just the second foul on Kabisky as Isbell in tight. Puts it in with the right hand.
I mean, there was a window between two defenders that was so slight, and Isbell found it, and a great shot in the lane.
Kabisky is fouled, this time doing what looked to be pretty similar to what she did last time, and that's now number 4 on Josie Williams with 8:12 to play.
Well, one player with 4 checking out, one player with 4 checking back in. Holly Lindley comes in, and for Harding, Ella Grace Thompson back into the game. She had an effective 2 minutes and 45 seconds in the first half.
Kabisky hits the first free throw, and Joey, it seems like in every championship run, there's a moment for someone who you do not expect. And for the Bisons, that is now for Ella Grace Thompson. Sophomore averages just 5 minutes per game. A lot of that in mop-up duty. And she's going to be counted on right now with Williams on the bench. Here's Holly. Elevates in the paint. Too strong. Missed it. Kabisky the rebound. Officially her 4th in the box score. Seems like she's got a lot more than that. Warden got free, wide open underneath.
Wow.
And it's a 3-point game with 7.5 to play.
You know, in either of the two previous contests, I would say, how do you leave number 11 alone? She has been served, not appearing in this film today, at least relatively so, but she was wide open there.
Gear trapped on the baseline, tried to throw it off Kabisky and missed. Stinchcomb the steal, up ahead to Barr. One dribble, rise up, blocked by Isbell. Barr got it back.
Great block.
Here's Stinchcomb across the paint, reach in foul on Harding's Ella Grace Thompson.
Look at this. That's fantastic by Isbell.
Here's Warden just slipping, miscommunication between Holt and Gear. Just the second shot attempt for Warden in the second half after going 2 for 8 in the first half. Lindley thought about the deep three.
Oh, certainly did.
Mismatch inside with Holt on Kabisky. Lindley doesn't take advantage. Barr, head fake, drive, and dish to Warden. One more to Stinchcomb. Back to Warden, driving baseline. Outside Stinchcomb, left wing three. At the shot clock buzzer off the front iron. .640 to go. Isbell backing down on Warden and gets it to crawl in. Isbell less aggressive going at the sophomore this time, and it pays off with another bucket.
Now the result much more effective for Isbell.
Here's Kabisky, left-hander over Hawley is good.
Well, just again, we mention it over and again, but what a group this has been for Harding with Isbell and Gear and Hawley.
Here's Holt, rises up and cans the three.
And she's cheering that on, rightfully so. Has a lot to be excited about there.
10 points for Holt. That pass drive knocked out of bounds by Isbell. First 3 of the game for Maddie Holt. Harding just 3 of 7 from 3-point range. They are the albatross in college basketball today as Barr answers with a corner 3 of her own. And a timeout called by Darren Grover with 5:42 to play. 51-48. Harding with the lead over the Savage Storm as the two teams trading haymakers right now. We'll be back after this timeout on the GAC Sports Network.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
It's your moment.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
There's Harding men's head coach Weston Jamison. The Bisons double dipping here in Fort Smith as they'll take on number 1 seed Southern Nazarene coming up in the men's championship. That'll tip off at 3:30 or whenever everything gets done here. Still a lot of time left. And a lot that still could happen here, but in the women's game.
Exactly. Does feel like a bit of a throwback to the past, talking about Harding, you know, playing on both games on the docket today.
Here's Gear, spins around Lindley and puts it in, and Lindley could do little about it with those 4 personal fouls.
No, and that was not lost, I'm sure, on Coach Kirby in that timeout.
Here's Warden. The sophomore takeover late as she has in the first 2 games. Stinchcomb gives it to her, backing down on Gear. Turnaround, off glass and good. Terrific answer by Warden. She's got 8 now. A drive and a foul called on Stinchcomb, and that is number 4 on Stevie Stinchcomb. Josie Williams back in with 4:48 to go. 3-point lead for the Bisons. Maybe a little bit earlier than might have anticipated for Williams to return with 4 fouls.
I don't know. Southeastern has 2 players on the court with 4, so why not get her out there?
Here's Holly, elevates over Kabisky and scores it. Holly now at 13. Kabisky leading all scorers with 25.
Holly taking that man defense farther out now.
Kabisky kicks it out. Barr open for 3, no good. Stinchcomb inside, gathers the offensive rebound. Warden matched up with Holly, steps back for a long 2, too strong. And Holly collects the miss. I would have liked Warden to take Holly off the dribble there. Take advantage of the speed mismatch. Isbell around Warden, off the glass and good, and Aubrey Isbell having herself a night.
Absolutely, she's come alive in this game. Wasn't a big scoring threat in either of the first 2 here in the tournament.
And Warden finally starting to cook a little bit, as the kids say. Lead back down to 5 with 3.5 minutes to play, 57-52. Holly at the foul line, cans another one.
She's fired up, rightfully so.
Joey Phillip, we've gone through multiple stretches in this game where both teams, as Kabisky tripped and fouled, where both teams are just hitting and just trading shot for shot, which is well and good for Southeastern, but they need some stops.
That's the thing. At this point, it favors Harding, definitely so. And of course, after that made basket from Sage Holly, she turned around, looked at Isbell, said, let's go, let's go. She's excited, fired up, 3 minutes and 8 seconds away, possibly, from a tournament title.
Lindley, deep 3, short. And Isbell collects the rebound. Big possession here with Harding up by 7 as we tick under 3 minutes to play.
Just taking some time off the clock at this point in time, waiting for the high post. There it is.
Down low to Gear. Gear outside Isbell. Does she have 3 in her? In and out. And a foul on the floor. It's going on Southeastern. It's on Abby Barr, who's the one who ended up on the floor. That's the 4th team foul on Southeastern. Excuse me, just the 3rd team foul on Southeastern.
See what Isbell, see if you can get it back to her again. I think she has the hot hand right now.
Holly lobs to Gear, rises up over Lindley, missed it. Holly the offensive rebound, and she was fouled.
You think she wants to win a tournament title?
Holly fired up. And Tim Kirby telling her to get back out to the free throw line. She returned with a very sheepish look on her face. That foul on Lindley, that's her 5th. So she fouls out with 2:14 to go.
And the senior has given such a valiant effort, not only this weekend, but throughout this season.
Holly now with a double-double, her 17th of the season. Her 69th all-time, 4th in Division II history. 2 free throws more make it a 9-point lead. Here's Kabisky, a 3 to answer, no good. Gear has the rebound, and becoming a little bit of desperation time here for Southeastern as they extend the full court pressure.
Now they have gone with Kabisky again as she's been back and healthy. Southeastern has been able to do well and ride as she has ridden and keep going her direction in this title game. Kabisky.
Southeastern wanted the travel. They got the foul first on Hackler.
10 of 26 in this one. You're right. Started to feel much like a Harding tournament title here. We could see.
Assistant coach Kaylee Ragsdale's clipboard went flying there in response to that whistle. Holt's free throw good. Bison 79%. Yeah, it looked like, of course, the official would probably explain that the bump caused the travel. Tough whistle either way. The lead is 11, 2 minutes to play. The Savage Storm have one last push. Here's Stinchcomb, turns, misses, Gear the rebound. Gear up ahead to Holt. Back to Gear. Gear hemmed in and fouled by Stinchcomb, and that's number 5 on Stevie Stinchcomb. With 1:36 to play.
Valiant effort on her part as well, and played. She and Holly Lindley played so much of this game, got in foul trouble early, and had to be cautious. But at this point, you leave it all out there, do what you can for your team. Largest lead of the game, and it's really the best time to have it, Luke, when it's coming to the end.
Gear goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. The Bisons are 16 of 17 at the free throw line today. Here's Dolan from the foul line, short.
Harding needs to just control the ball, let the time tick away.
As we'll up our head to Gear, and Gear will cycle it back out. Savage Storm not fouling here as Holt holds with 10 on the clock. Down low, Holly in one more time.
That's how you end it. Take 25 seconds off the clock and finish with points.
Here's Kabisky straight away for 3, off the mark. Gear tracks down another rebound, her 12th. She's fouled. And the Bison's faithful rising to their feet here in Southside Arena. Gear 4 for 4 at the free throw line today. Make it 5 for 5 with one more to come.
4 players in double figures for Harding today. Big time effort all the way around.
Joey, this is ballooned to a 17-point lead. It has not been that kind of game as Gear tracks down the loose ball. It goes out of bounds off Hackler with 36 seconds left, and this senior class gonna get one big ovation.
Absolutely, that's the way to do it.
The starters come out. Kabrick, Kinley Hammett, Amelia Rogers, Jaden Thomas, and Ella Grace Thompson out there for the Bisons.
Ordinarily you wait, but you have a younger group out there. It wouldn't be bad if someone got a shot here. They may just let the time tick all the way down.
5 on the clock. Thompson, she's gonna take a shot. She's gonna miss it. That's gonna be a shot clock violation. The Bisons have closed this one on a 16-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes. As the final seconds tick away here in Fort Smith. At long last, the Harding Lady Bisons, GAC tournament champions. The final score here in Fort Smith, 69-52. As Harding defeats Southeastern Oklahoma State.
It has been a long time coming. Big celebration today for the Lady Bisons. And there's the big part of the day. Move that sticker on to the center of the bracket. How about that? Aubrey Isbell doing the honors for those Harding seniors.
And it goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway, for the 5th time in program history, the Bisons are going to the NCAA tournament. They'll find out their destination and opponents 9:30 tonight on NCAA.com. Selection show will be streamed live at that point. And that is where we will find out who the Bisons will play and where they will play.
Well, for either one of these teams, they definitely need the automatic qualifier here, so this was the opportunity.
While we get set up for post-game festivities, we'll step aside and come back with the trophy presentation, the all-tournament team, and wrap things up from the GAC Women's Championship. Harding wins it 69-52. We'll be back after these messages.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Tim Kirby, a conference champion once again. As the celebration continues as we await the final numbers and final tabulation for the all-tournament team. Let's go over the final stats here this afternoon. The Bisons, 46% from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point range, and a near perfect 18 of 19 at the free throw line, eliminating any possibility of a comeback for Southeastern Oklahoma State. The Savage Storm, 35% from the field, 7 of 24 from deep, just 3 of 5 at the free throw line today. A pretty surprising number given the presence of Kabisky and Warden on the inside.
The Great American Conference, Fort Smith Public Schools, and Discover Fort Smith, thank you for attending the 2025 GAC.
Now we turn it over to the PA for the announcement of the All-GAC tournament team.
The name of the All-Tournament Squad. Presenting the awards this afternoon are Fort Smith Director of Athletics and Activities, Michael Beaumont. Great Commissioner Will Pruitt. Your all-tournament team is from Northwestern Oklahoma State, Carly Craig. From Southern Nazarene, Hannah Giddy. From Southeastern Oklahoma State, number 15, Caitlin Kavitsky. From Southeastern Oklahoma State, number 11, Kinsley Gordon. From Hardy, number 20, Rory Gear. From Hardy, number 32, Aubrey Eastwood. From Hardy, number 21, Josie Williams. And the tournament's most valuable player, from Hardy, number 24, Sage Riley. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 All-Great American Conference Tournament Team. And now, the runner-up trophy goes to the Savage Storm from Southeastern Oklahoma State. And now, the 2025 Great American Conference Women's Basketball Tournament Champions and recipient of an automatic bid to the NCAA Tournament, the Lady Bisons from Harding University.
So the Harding Bisons, 2025 GAC Tournament champions. Finally, this group of seniors can call themselves champions, Joey, and just a tremendous accomplishment, well-deserved across the board for this group. The all-tournament team, Sage Holly, the MVP of the 2025 GAC tournament. She's joined on the all-tournament squad by her teammates Aubrey Isbell, Josie Williams, Rory Gear, Southeastern Oklahoma State's Kinsley Warden and Caitlin Kabisky, Northwestern Oklahoma State's Carly Craig, and Southern Nazarene's Hannah Giddy. That's your 2025 GAC all-tournament team. And now that the trophies have been handed out, the tournament team has been announced, the fun part begins. We've got a ladder and we've got a pair of scissors, and the Bisons can finally cut down a net.
been a long run. Been a long run for this group. Lots of disappointment when it came time for tournament time. Shawnee and maybe a new venue. Maybe that's what they needed. New place to be, new digs, new hoops to shoot at. No, it was just the right time. They took care of business over the course of 3 days here. Harding with a fantastic run. And victors over Northwestern in the semifinal yesterday. Southern Arkansas, a 15-point win there, 13-point win yesterday, and of course a 17-point victory here in this final. They were consistent, and they were consistently good. And there were times that I'm sure that, even looking at film ahead, because they will continue the season, there are going to be some opportunities, but Coach Kirby can look at that film that way.
And he's with Sierra Clark right now.
Coach Kirby, this is your first GAC championship since 2017. You've won several before, but you were a little emotional after this game. Where does that emotion come from?
I think it's just the combination of what you go through during a season, and I mean, you got 3 seniors that have been doing this for a while. I mean, that brings out a lot of stuff. Past players, getting texts from people talking about the things that happened leading up to this year, and the amount of time and energy that all these girls put into it. It's just awesome.
What's so special about this senior group?
Well, they're great girls for one thing. I mean, just everything about them. They don't do anything that even comes close to making the program a negative. I mean, there's just everything about them's positive. They require everybody around them to work hard and be good, be as good as they can be good people, and they love Jesus, and it comes out every single day. So just a bunch of good girls that you want to come and work with. Sorry about that.
No, don't apologize. And how exciting is it to see them to get that opportunity to cut the nets down?
That's fun. I just told them not to fall off the ladder. We're still playing. So that's a good thing. I think most players visualize stuff like that with playing in a championship game, whether it's high school or college or whatever it is, and just one of those things that you get to do when you win a tournament. You cut the nets down, and that just kind of brings it to a close. And I don't know where that came from, but it's always fun. We got a few of those in our office, and sitting on our mantle, just with things that we've done in the past. And this group really deserved that. You ask about the emotional part of it. I mean, that's one of those things, because this group really wanted to win one.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and go celebrate with your team. Congratulations. Thank you.
Coach getting a little emotional there.
Rightfully
Absolutely so.
Absolutely. The sports brings out the emotions in a way few things do. Just you think about the hours, literal years of these players' lives spent in the gym, spent working on their craft, and for this group, they finally are rewarded with a championship for the first time in their careers. And Sierra Clark with the tournament MVP, Sage Holly, the GAC's own Troy Bolton, right, Sierra?
They called you the tournament's own Troy Bolton.
Oh my goodness, you guys and that joke. Y'all kill me, bro.
Sage, how excited were you to finally be able to cut down those nets?
Yeah, that was definitely exciting. It's huge. I mean, behind me, you got our underclassmen cutting down the nets, and me, Aubrey, and Rory just talking about the legacy we want to leave. And I mean, I've been here 5 years. They've been here 3 and 4. Like, this is everything we wanted. We have the team around us, and it's just amazing. You can't describe it. So
19 points, 11 rebounds for you today. Another double-double, your 69th double-double. Wow. I mean, what was working so well for you today?
I definitely had hit like a slower part of that game in the third quarter, but you just see Aubrey going in there and getting her buckets and Rory getting her rebounds, and it's just so inspiring. When you have veterans around you that keep you steady, and like Josie's been keeping us steady, like what a great point guard. She's so level-headed in this tournament, and I'm just so proud of everybody, the practice squad, the coaches, our strength trainers. Like, we all worked so hard for this for months and months. Basketball is the longest season you'll find out there, and we're working hard for it, and that led us to 19 points, 11 rebounds, however many Aubrey had. Like, it was crazy. So yeah.
Your first GAC championship since 2017. Yeah. Was that your goal and beyond before the start of the season?
Yeah, it was written on our board in the summer, and sorry, that's our manager. We love her. I live with her. Yeah, it was written on our board. It's been our goal. I mean, we've talked a lot about that 2017 team, and they are like what we want to model ourselves after. So we keep going, and now we get to go to the tournament again, and we are just so excited wherever we end up going.
Is that what you dream of your entire life, playing college basketball, going to the tournament?
Yeah, for sure. Like, if you're not dreaming about an NCAA tournament, then you shouldn't be playing college basketball. There's people that want to do that, and everybody here is all in, and we're so excited for the next month of basketball. I mean, I love March. If you don't love March, you're playing the wrong sport, okay?
Exactly. You're ready for all of the madness. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Sage, and go celebrate with your team. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been awesome.
Yo.
Sage Holly. What a character. The GAC will miss her. The rest of the GAC might not miss her in the same way.
Yeah.
But
there's some coaches that are probably ready.
Yes.
5 years is enough.
A lot of people who play the 4 and 5 in the league as well who were glad to be out. But really cool time here for the Bison. Sierra is now with senior Rory Gear.
Rory, Coach Kirby was pretty emotional after the game because he was just so proud of this group, and he just has so much love for you, especially the seniors. Just talk about the senior class.
I mean, these seniors, they've been together for at least 3 years. Aubrey's been here 4, Sage has been here 5. I mean, this has just been something that we've been working for the last 3 years, and just to get this moment as a senior with our coach is just so awesome, and like I couldn't imagine a better senior year.
Coach is cutting down the net right now. He was saying to be careful because you guys still have some basketball to play while you're cutting down those nets, and so how excited are you to continue playing some basketball?
Oh, I'm so excited. You know, we talked at the beginning of the season how we played early. We played early in November, and we were so excited that, you know, we got to start practice early. And he said, you know, when it comes to March, we want to practice as late as we can. So just getting to go back and practice some more and get ready for another weekend is just so amazing.
And what was your mentality going into this game? There were lots of ups and downs. It's a tough conference, but what gave you guys this confidence that you could win this one?
Well, I mean, basketball is a game of runs. We knew they were a good team. We knew they were going to go on runs, and we said we just got to withhold our run and get some stops, and we'll make baskets when it counts, and we did just that.
And you guys won your first GAC title, first time since 2017, and so what does that mean to you in this program?
Oh, that's just so awesome. I know Coach Kirby's wanted this. He's been a coach for so long, and to just get another one, he's always had great seasons, and it's just so hard to win a tournament. And so just being able to do that our senior year is just so awesome and so exciting for this program, and, you know, hopefully that continues to build.
Thank you so much, Rory. Congratulations, and go celebrate with your team.
Thanks, Sierra. Bison's posing there with all their fans in the background. It's like a one big family shot, Joey.
Absolutely. My goodness. That
you know what? Squeeze in real tight.
Here's the thing on that. What are you counting? There are probably about, I don't know, at least 100 people in the shot behind the team, maybe 120. What do you figure when in about 5 or 10 years that at least 250 to 300 people are say they're going to be in that shot? Maybe more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, they're bringing the trophy to us. Oh, just kidding. Well, thought it was coming for us.
Fan base, they're going to do a picture with those folks, too.
Oh, but we're not. They're going to block us.
Here's the thing, though. Now, I said that in jest a little bit earlier. I don't know if you can see where we are in the shot right here, but we actually can say we were in this picture.
I don't know if we can.
Well, that's okay.
But a well-deserved championship here for Harding here this afternoon. And Joey, you just going back to the game itself, you started off back and forth. The Bisons held Southeastern scoreless for a good section there of the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. And as we've seen a couple times here this weekend, they got out to a big lead, and that really kind of stood up over the course of the afternoon. Southeastern cut it down to 3. We had a couple ties throughout the afternoon. They got it down to 3 with 5:45 to go. And then the Bison's defense really flexed its muscles down the stretch and came away with their first championship since 2017.
Absolutely, and they did. They flexed their muscles at the last little bit there. Props to the Harding seniors and all that they have been through and all the years that and the effort that's gone into it, and to tournament MVP Sage Holly. Congratulations to Coach Tim Kirby. Congratulations to them all.
So the Harding Bisons will find out their seed and location for their NCAA tournament berth tonight at 9:30. Check that out on NCAA.com. The 2025 Women's Basketball Championship is in the books. It's the Harding Lady Bisons on top over Southeastern Oklahoma State. Coming up, we'll see if the Harding Bisons can double dip as they take on Southern Nazarene for the men's GAC Championship.